There's no doubt that perfume plays a very important role in our wardrobe because it gives us this distinct aura and appearance about us, whether we are in the office or going out on a date. Bear in mind that proper use of fragrance notes is crucial in making our statement and presence known. To explain how the fragrance notes work, it's like the musical notes that make up the melody of the song. When they're combined together, a solid combination of extremely satisfying scent is created. What are perfume notes? These are the ingredients that make up a perfume, and they are respectively classified as the following: top notes, heart notes, and base notes. The meticulously chosen combination of ingredients create the perfume accord, which is the basic character of a perfume. The job of the perfume makers is to make sure that they pick the best notes in order not only for the fragrance to smell pleasant but also to stimulate a certain experience. The perfume notes are classified into three basic categories: top notes, heart notes, and base notes. Usually, the top notes have a higher level of volatility, meaning they evaporate very quickly, while the base notes are the ones that stay very long. What are top notes? They are also known as the head notes, and they form the top layer of the perfume. Usually, these are the scents that we first smell after a few sprays. Top notes evaporate quite faster and stays only in the air for around 5 to 15 minutes. The reason for this is to give off an initial whiff of the scent, and then it transitions smoothly into the next part of the fragrance, which is the heart notes. Top notes are usually made up of lighter and smaller molecules. Some of the most commonly known and used top notes are citrus scents like lemon, orange, and bergamot. Floral notes are also used like lavender and rose. Basil and anise are also widely used as top notes. What are heart notes? Heart notes basically are the heart and soul of the fragrance. Their main function is to maintain some of the top note scents while also bringing out the new scents at the same time to add more depth to the experience. Heart notes, which are also called middle notes, play a very crucial role because they are the ones that act as cushion for the base notes just in case they don't smell good on their own. Since heart notes make up 70% of the total scent, they last longer compared to the top notes. Once the scent of the top notes start to fade, that's when the heart notes begin to appear and remains distinct for the entire life of the fragrance. Heart notes' most popular scents include floral scents like jasmine, geranium, neroli, and ilang-ilang. These also include cinnamon, pepper, pine, lemongrass, black pepper, and cardamom. Base notes. Together with the heart notes, base notes also are the foundation of the fragrance. They complement each other by boosting the latter notes while also adding more depth and resonance to the overall scent of the perfume. Since base notes are the basic foundation of the perfume, they are usually very rich, heavy, and long-lasting. Their scent will only appear after 30 minutes, and they will then eventually work together with the heart notes to create the overall scent of the fragrance. Base notes tend to linger the longest, and they can last for about 6 hours or more, and the reason for this is because they sink into the skin. Some of the popular base notes are vanilla, musk, patchouli, moss, and woody notes like sandalwood and cedarwood. How to identify perfume notes? You will know the scent of the perfume notes accordingly after a few minutes of the perfume application. Top notes are usually the ones that you smell right after the perfume sits in your skin. Once the scent of the top notes start to fade away, the heart notes will now begin to settle in as well to create the essence of the fragrance. The scent of the base notes are usually the ones that last longer and the one that you will remember the most. It is important to keep in mind that every fragrance note adds a certain character to the fragrance. The most common fragrance note categories are fresh, floral, spice, fruits, woods, and musk, and they are typically used in specific note categories. For example, floral and fresh scents are almost always used as top notes, while the ones that appear on the bottom part of the fragrance pyramid are woody and musky scents. Here is the list of the different types of perfume notes together with an explanation in terms of how they are used. Top note family. Light and citrusy in nature, includes aromatic herbs, can be sweet or bitter. Fresh notes. They are usually light and citrusy in nature, and these are actually the most commonly known top notes. Floral notes. These are often used either as top notes or middle notes. These notes actually add more natural feel to a fragrance, and they can be easily mixed with other notes to create more substance and depth to the scent. One of the popular floral notes with fruity and floral scent is jasmine, while ylang-ylang is used in order to add more tropical touch. Fruit notes. These notes are mostly used as heart notes because they combine easily with other notes, which is perfect because it adds more depth to a fragrance. One perfect example is the blackberry because it adds a rich and musky scent, while notes like apple and strawberry give off a sweet and juicy feel. Heart note family makes up 70% of the fragrance, typically fruity and floral, includes full-bodied oils. Spice notes. These notes add more warmth and potency to a certain scent, and they combine and work well with floral scents or notes in the heart of a perfume. Cinnamon and nutmeg notes add spiciness and sweetness to the fragrance, while rosemary and basil have herbal quality. Wood notes. The two most commonly used wood notes in fragrance base notes are sandalwood and patchouli. This is in order to strengthen the overall lifetime of the scent. Their most common quality is earthy. However, some, like cedarwood and oud, give a nice and pleasingly sweet scent. Musk notes. The most commonly used notes in the base notes of a fragrance are musky notes. The muskiness in the scent is a quality that helps to prolong the duration and the foundation of the scent. These notes also add more character to any perfume. Base note family forms the scent's foundation, rich, heavy, and long-lasting. Can last for 6 hours or more. How to pick fragrance notes. There's no doubt that fragrance notes play a very crucial role in the overall appeal of the perfume. What makes a perfume stand out and unique are the composition of the different notes and their interaction with the skin. It is impossible to achieve great smelling perfumes without combining all these different notes. It is truly very challenging to choose the ones that are perfect for you. However, the basic thing that you can do to know your personal preference is to get familiar with the fragrance wheel. Once you've determined your favorite notes, only then you will be able to pick your next bottle of perfumes.